Atapu, Namaste, Haru Nefer. This is Kasant Ma Keparu with another video for you. In this video, I want to talk about the powerful reality manifestation truisms that you'll need to know in order to move from this reality to a better reality. But before I do that, I want you to hit the like button on this video, located below. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button to get notifications on when I go live or when I upload recorded videos. And if you want to know more about my teachings, I have free ebooks for you. You can just click on the links below, download those ebooks, start reading them right away. Also, if you're not already a member of ours or a supporter of ours on Patreon, please consider doing so. You get exclusive access to specialized content, lots of content on manifestation, on divination, on invoking spirits, on self-hypnosis to be more confident and to attract wealth. And you can become a supporter on Patreon for as little as $1, $5, or $20 a month. It's up to you. You can cancel anytime. So I would encourage you to do so if you're looking to take your studies to the next level. So, Nefer, how are you doing? How are you man? Are you animal? Are you woman? Or are you God? Have you figured it out yet? Have you passed the test? Are you at peace in the face of the greatest obstructions that are challenging us today, COVID-19? I've since learned that they have purposely stopped trucks from stockpiling in supermarkets, that they have slowed down the delivery, which is why you may be seeing your supermarket shelves empty and bare. It's not all due to hoarding of food or to panic. It may be due to restrictions on how they can stock the shelves. But that should not worry you. You should be at peace. You should not be panicking. Because if you watched my last videos, we have delved deeply into this to discuss that you are essentially free from any conditioning. You have a free will, meaning you can respond to peaceful situations because there is no situation really that challenges you, because everything is one. And when you realize that all of these things that you call challenges or obstructions are really there to bring out the spiritual power within you, then you know that you can transcend these situations and you don't place a label or definition on these situations as bad or good or peaceful or obstructions, because they're all a means to help you to realize your divinity. They're all a means to get you back to your original state. Because remember, God placed its consciousness within you so that it can experience this fourth dimensional realm. So the Geb person, the Geb aspect of you, which is a physical body, which we call Geb, is just a vehicle to house consciousness so that it can experience a myriad of things that we may perceive as good or bad. You see, when you go through life and you engage in polarity, then what you're doing is you're setting the stage for you to have ups and downs. In other words, when you say there is good, there must be bad. When you say there is hot, there must be cold. So what you want to do is refrain from that, because Tahuti tells us that nothing has a quality in and of itself. We flavor that experience from our own personal experiences. One man may love Earl Grey tea, another man may not. One woman may love chamomile, another woman may not. So what is the truth? The truth is life is meaningless. There is no meaning attached to it. There is no labels or definitions that we attach to it. So keep that in mind, that you must not violate the law of Tahuti. Nothing has a quality in and of itself. You must not engage in polarity thinking. And that all of these experiences will in some way, shape, or form help to further your experience and to bring you to a realization of your true self, to help you resurrect the God within you, which is Oser. You see, the indwelling intelligence within you is God, and you are God. There is no separation between you and God. Oh, except that in quantity, God is much more expansive. God is all that there is. God is the one that comes as the all, and the all that comes as the one. Keep that in mind. But never, ever fall into the belief that there is individualization, that you are separate from God, that there is an outside world. There is no outside world. It's all happening within you. You see, you have synaptic connections that are going on in the brain. The brain forms those connections to create what we call reality. And those synaptic connections are firing off, and they give you a particular experience according to your BS, your belief systems. But don't for 1 second believe that that holographic experience is real. It is not. You are the creator of it. You, based on your strongest beliefs, create the reality that you experience. And then with that as well, because we are Cometians, we also understand complementary elements that although we do, in fact, manifest the experience based on our belief systems, we also come together as a collective to agree upon certain experiences. And if you are listening to this broadcast now, you must realize that before we incarnated to this existence, we came together and said, let us experience this thing called COVID-19. What would it be like as gods to experience this? And let's trip ourselves up. What would it be like to experience COVID-19 and to forget that we are gods? There, the game gets interesting, doesn't it? But somewhere along the line, you will remember who you are. To remember is to bring the pieces of Osir back together again, the 14 pieces that were separated and thrown all across the globe by his evil brother Set. So we will remember who we are so that we may resurrect as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. The sun resurrects. Our ancestors were masters of allegory, and they left a wealth of knowledge for us to get through this experience in the Osirian drama. If we go back and revisit that story, it contains enough for us to understand who we are and how do we get through these challenges. Yes, it is very challenging to face COVID-19. Many of us will never get that disease. However, we will be impacted by what's going on in peripheral, meaning we'll be impacted economically. We'll be impacted by others' vibration of hysteria, panic, isolation. But if you're doing your meditations, if you're chanting your mantras, you shouldn't have anything to worry about because you are turning within to experience who you really are. And you will face these difficulties at the state of Amen, peace. And you won't have a knee-jerk reaction to them. You will not allow the animal nature within you, the sahu, as our ancestors called it, to get you riled up to do things you would not normally do, because the cabal, the ruling elite, they are the ones that want you to spin out of control, to panic. See, they have planned this from the very beginning. They knew how you would react to a certain degree. And now they're watching their plan unfold. And they're seeing your reaction. And they're planning for the future, for when the real Holocaust comes, when they really enact their plan. This is just a beta test. Just testing the waters to see what happens. It was all part of the plan. You see, let me let you in on a little secret. Those who are in Hollywood, magic wand from the holly tree, the wood of the holly tree. Anyway, those of us who call ourselves filmmakers, writers, actors, you see, those in Hollywood who are the most noted, the upper echelon, are in the group the exclusive group, the insiders club. And the ruling elite, the cabal, tells them to put certain things in their film, to seed their films with certain nuances and ideas of what's to come. And then the public will see it. And instead of taking action and realizing this is a warning, they'll think it's great sci-fi. Did you think George Lucas's films were just great sci-fi? No. He's an insider. He knows a lot. You see, when you get into Hollywood and you start to do well for yourself, they come a knocking and they say, we can make you big, worldwide, known, famous, but we want you to pepper your stories, your scripts, your songs with these things so that we can tell the public what we're about to do. And then when you see it, we call it a coincidence. We look at Dean Koontz' novel and think, oh, didn't he predict this disease back in 1981 when he wrote his book? It's a coincidence. Is it? Is it really a coincidence? Or are these people part of the inside group, the elite, that are just following the directive from above? You see, when we now see in our movies all of these things that have come to pass, where they're interjecting what they call SJW, social justice warrior ideology in their films, this is coming from high atop, the directive to put these things in films. It is coming from high atop to now elevate women and deprioritize men, to create a gender war. You see, we are the subjects in a laboratory experiment. We are socially engineered to be the way we are today. You are not free. Did you actually believe you were free? No, you're not free, because you're a product of mass media consumption. You regurgitate the information that they disseminate. You're not free. You think you are. If you were free, you would be at peace. And you would be looking for alternative sources of information. You wouldn't be regurgitating or parroting what you've been told. But I digress. Thank the Magi for coming into the chat room today to have this experience. In my course, Reality Manifestation, I teach the truisms which allow you to shift your vibration to a new reality so that you can experience a reality more in alignment with what you wish. These are truisms that align with your true nature, your being. And when you internalize them, they will help you to manifest different possibilities. And this is a power even the ruling elite knows, and one that they keep from showing you in their films, in their novels, in their music. They don't want you to understand this power. They don't want you to know that at any time, that if you don't like this scenario, you can shift, or like changing the channel on the TV to a new station, to a new reality. They don't want you to know that. They want you to be confined within this experience. Remember, we did come together to agree to have this particular experience with COVID-19, but that's not to say that we have to stay here. There is freedom within parameters. Think about that. Let us begin the reality manifestation truisms, and I'll take you through just some of them that I teach in my reality manifestation course. And I encourage everyone who is looking to be future God men and God women to take that course, because it is a very comprehensive and complete course. Let us begin. You must first, number one, and this is of paramount importance, you must first understand that nothing is real. It is all an illusion. It is Maya. It is a holographic experience that you create to interact with so that you may gain from the experience. And that experience gets uploaded to the Oversoul and then stored in the Akashic records. That is number one. You must understand everything is an illusion. It is Maya. The next thing, it's your reality and everyone else is just a guest. Meaning that since you create this particular reality and this particular experience, which is a subjective experience, if you don't like the way somebody's acting, you can eject them from your reality because you created them. They are avatars. Your mate is a creation of your thoughts, your beliefs. She is not real. He is not real. They're a reflection of you. You want them to change? Well, you need to change first. Change your belief system and they will change. Stop arguing with them. Stop debating with them. Start changing your belief system and watch how they change. Well, because my mate cheated on me. Well, oh, really? So ask yourself this question. What new beliefs did you adapt so that she would go off and do such a thing? Hold yourself accountable for a change. That's a unique perspective. Because when you are creating these characters in your screenplay, in your story, you are the author, you are the architect. Take responsibility for that. It's your reality and everyone is just a guest. Next one comes from my aunt, Heru Hathor. Joy is in the journey and not the destination. You must understand that you can invoke joy at any time. You are not dependent upon external forces to allow you to be joyful. No woman or man can bring joy into your life. No situation can bring joy into your life. Actually, no situation can bring pain or pleasure into your life because you are free. You have a free will. And what I mean by that, understand, that does not mean a free will to choose to go left or right. No, that's the Western perception of it. It means that your essential nature is free from conditionings, meaning you have no likes or dislikes. That's your original nature. It is only through living life do you become what we call is conditioned with patterns of thinking, patterns of likes and patterns of dislikes. Let's go on to the next one. All ideas are just a suggestion. If you accept them, they become reality. Anything that comes your way is just a suggestion. You see, thoughts are transferable. The first law of state control is state is transferable. Energy, emotions. Emotions are energies. Ideas are energies. They float through the air. You are a receptor. You are not responsible for the thoughts that come your way because thoughts are transferable. But if you take that thought and you harbor on it and you indulge in it, then you become responsible for it. And if it's a suggestion, and if you indulge it, it then becomes a reality because you are a reality manifestation machine. You are a reality generating machine. You will generate a reality based on your strongest belief system. All ideas are just a suggestion. Many times I've had ideas and I had to put up my filters and say, hold on, Kimosabi. I will not entertain that idea because I don't want myself to manifest it. So guard your thoughts. That's Sebek. Sebek is thoughts. Anubis. Be careful. Next one. Reality is what you focus on most in your life. What you focus on expands. The more you think about something, the more you focus on it, the more real it becomes due to a cumulative effect. Slowly but surely, it takes root, it grows, and it becomes reality. You see, the ruling elite, the cabal, no, they can't put one over you in one swoop, one plan. So they have to put in place the totalitarian tiptoe, meaning with every challenge, with every crisis, your freedoms are taken away a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. So you won't notice it. That's the totalitarian tiptoe. Next, use permission slips, but the goal is to get along without them. What are permission slips? Permission slips are the ideas that you need something in order to manifest your power, to manifest your reality. You see, we live in a Western world that adopts a Christian philosophy, and they tell us that if you want to work miracles, then you have to believe in that external force like Jesus. But you don't need that. That's a permission slip. You have the Wiccas who believe that you need a magic wand or you need herbs to work magic. You don't need that. That's a permission slip. You see, you are the savior. The power is within you. Okay, for the beginning period, because you are an initiate, you may need a permission slip. I'll give you a magic wand. I'll give you a spell. I'll give you a mantra. I'll give you an herb, and use it. And it will work because you give yourself permission to allow it to work. But eventually you'll have to grow into a full-fledged God to where you realize you don't need those things anymore, that you have the power. So go beyond it. Next comes from Tahuti. Nothing has a quality in and of itself. Stop assigning labels and definitions to things. The coronavirus, is it bad? Is it good? It's neither. It's what it is. See, when Tahuti restored Heru's eye, Heru began to see the whole picture, the bigger picture, as in the 20th hexagram of the I-ching, the tower. You stand atop the tower and you see everything. You're not limited. See, there's two minds. There's a higher and a lower mind. The lower mind sees the immediate. The higher mind sees 10, 20 years down the road. The higher mind is the Tahuti aspect of you. Then when you realize that something happens and others say, oh, this is bad, you go, not really. It's neither good nor bad. It's what it is. And I'm at peace. Then you transcend it. Next one. In order for you to influence others, you must first be in the state that you want them to be. In other words, if I want to heal people, I first must be in that healing state myself. If I want to bring joy to my wife, I must be joyful myself. I must be the embodiment of joy in order for me to transfer the energy to her. You see, the trick is in life, you manifest what you are and not what you want. The things that you want, you must match the energy vibration of that thing. And when you match that energy vibration, you shift to a new reality where you have that thing. So wanting it, desiring it, doesn't make it happen. But when you embody the feeling and the energy of that thing, then it comes to you. You attract what you are and not what you want. You want a different mate that is going to bring joy into your life, then be joyful. Embody joy and watch how sooner or later your mate will manifest. The next one, you must have freedom from outcome. You are too dependent on how things will unfold in your life. You must transcend that. You must have freedom from outcome. You're outcome dependent. You say, I want to work magic, but if this thing doesn't manifest, I'm going to be so sad. Oh, you just sabotaged yourself now. You've got outcome dependence. And you're wishing and you're wanting so much, you give it excess energy, excess potential, so the pendulum swings backward and you don't get what you want. You put too much into it. Say to yourself, I have the goal in mind. I have a desire in mind. But if I do not achieve it, I'm still perfectly happy. Freedom from outcome. That is the key to manifesting your reality. Because when you can be in that sweet spot of wanting and desiring it, yet being happy, not even achieving it, whoo, it manifests. Isn't that wonderful? Next one. Always visualize what you want in the present moment. You see, the right brain is the key. It's the gateway. It's the stargate. It does not understand the past. It does not understand the future. It only understands the now moment, because quantum mechanics tells us that the only is real, the only exists is this now moment. So if you want to manifest something in your life, visualize it as if you have it now. Don't visualize it and say, it's coming to me in the very near future. It's coming to me soon. It will never manifest then. Your right brain, your subconscious mind doesn't understand that. It doesn't understand future tense. It doesn't understand past tense, because there's no past, there's no future. You call yourself having, memories from a past life. You're not having memories from a past life. You're having memories from a parallel life. One that's going on right now, right here, right now. But you erroneously label as past, future. So visualize what you want, yes. Heteru loves it when you visualize. That's her faculty. But visualize it in the present moment as if you already have it. And then your spirit will manifest it. And this is the final one I will leave you with. You must learn how to go dark. No, not go to the dark side. No. You must learn to not think about the negative things that could happen. Stop thinking about the worst case scenarios. They're not going to do you any good. Go dark on that. Do not consider that as a possibility in your reality. You see, when the master, Bruce Lee, would teach how to punch, he said, you must commit yourself fully. The punch must go through the target. He challenged traditional karate at the time, because traditional karate was here, here, and the punch stops here. But Bruce says, no, 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 no. That punch must go all the way through the target, meaning you must commit 100%. And to commit 100% means you're 100% certain that what you want will manifest. But if you're thinking about the things that might go wrong or why it might not happen, then you're not 100% convinced and committed. And therefore it does not manifest. I am 100% committed that this reality shall pass. I know it will. Well, I've done the readings, of course, and the readings tell me it's going to pass. I spoke to my father, Tahuti, and he's like, oh, don't worry, Cassandra, it's going to go over. But Even if I had not did the reading, my faith in my magic to say, I will transcend this and I will move to a different reality was 100% committing to do so without fault. Those are the truisms that you need to embody in order to manifest different realities in your life. Internalize those. Read them over and over again. You must believe them. They must be a dominant belief. They must be a default program within you. Because right now, the default program with you is worry, hysteria, panic, excitement, uncertainty. That is the dominant thought in your mind. And it's not because of you. You know, the ruling elite is putting out secret radio frequencies out there to make you worry. But that's okay, because you know what? It makes you stronger. So you sit down and you meditate on these truisms and you decide what reality you choose to experience. You see, when I speak about the fact that there's freedom within parameters, what I say to you is this. The coronavirus is something we all have to experience because we agreed to experience that. There's no changing that. But picture the coronavirus as a ship sailing. Well, look at it this way. That ship is sailing and it's going to reach the Caribbean islands. That is the destination. You're on that ship. There's nothing you can change about that. You have to be on that ship going to that destination. Now, your magic will allow you to choose one of two things. You could either ride in first class or in coach on that ship. Which one do you choose? I don't know about you, but I choose first class. That's what I mean by freedoms within parameters. So I hope this message finds you well. I hope you are being at peace, which is your true nature. And I want to thank the Magi's for taking the opportunity to jump in here. So thank you. And I will broadcast again, but remember, just be at peace. It's an experience and we'll transcend this. This is like a blip in the infinite string of eternity. This is Kasank Ma Keperu, son of Ma and Tahuti. My aunt is a beautiful goddess Heteru. Until my next broadcast, Amen Ra.